Sweet. All right. Hey, everyone. What's up?
Meow. Hi.
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 Must say the chat is eerily quiet.
Meow.
I
Yeah,
just
meow.
I just sent out the call on our Discord. Let me also put in the horn. Calling horn. I love this GIF. There we go. All right, everyone. Welcome. It's been a hot minute. Everyone say thank you to Butters for hijacking the stream last week when everyone was dispersed to the winds.
Thank you, Butters.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Had a very fun
Did you have
time in
fun?
Baldur's Gate.
What happened?
Did you have fun, Butters?
I always have a blast playing the game. It's a good game.
Boulders was playing the evil route and made some interesting choices.
Evil route.
An evil route.
Apparently, people don't like it when you kill Karlach.
Oh.
That reminds me of my ox back when I was a druid. And no, I would not allow anyone to kill him. But, well, hey! Hope everyone had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Mine extended the whole week. It was a blast.
Oh,
Nice.
For the first time in a lot of years, I actually didn't work on Labor Day.
Hey!
Yay!
Celebration!
They actually let
holiday
you
off.
I know. That's incredible.
I'm proud of you and whoever you work with.
I just used my PTO. Like, all my coworkers work Labor Day. I want to be very clear.
Well, no, that was a smart move. You need a break, Butters. Butters, look at me. Look at me in my face.
What?
You need a break.
No,
You need a
I
break.
need to work harder. I don't work hard enough. I'm a loser.
Oh dear God. Welcome back. This is another episode of Nightmares of the Crypt. To my knowledge, this week is the last week of our amazing DM MZ Dusty. This is the last week of her training, and then next week she can start making her own schedule where she has Mondays
They'll
off.
finally start letting her out of the dojo. It's crazy.
Yeah. So hopefully we see her next week. I'm very excited because we all miss her. But yeah, this is the spin-off of our usual Monday campaign, as a lot of you know already. Before we get started, let's say thank you to our amazing sponsor, Griffin Co. Griffin Co. is our longest time sponsor. They make amazing 3D printed work, laser work, freaking terrain work, freaking spell effect work, freaking they make Christmas ornaments, they make Halloween stuff. Check them out at griffinco.com, please. And on your purchase, get 22% off by using code Fable42 at checkout. Thank you, Griffin Co.
Thank
Hey.
you, Griffin Co. And then once you check them out, you should definitely check out our friends at Underground Oracle. Their new cipher system is in full swing. They've got Harrow the Blighted Plane. They've got Wild Space, which is a sci-fi version of that, where humanity is gone and it's nothing but a bunch of animal races, which I'm looking at the artwork on their page right now. It's really effing cool and definitely something that you should all check out. They create a lot of cool resources for both players and DMs alike. So you can find them at undergroundoracle.com or DriveThruRPG. And I will hand it off to Butters now.
Blubbers.
Yes, sorry, I totally wasn't trying to make art and awesome stuff. Don't forget about Nine Realms Creation. They make they make all the products out of natural wood and just to make dope gaming accessories, and hence the new name with Creations. They're making even more stuff than gaming accessories. Whoa! Find all this cool, awesome stuff. Go to ninerealmscreation.com. You can just, put all this dope stuff in your little shopping cart, all right? And then when you click the checkout button, you're going to go a little promo codes, and you're going to go in all caps, Fabled42, and you'll get 10% off your next purchase at 9worldscreation.com. Man, you know the best thing about Baldur's Gate? It's good they got 3 specifically. They got that cool little dice animation. You know, it's super dope.
Not that he's playing right now.
They do have a super cool dice animation.
I was gonna say, going
fucking setting them up.
Yeah, I know, for the dice, the critical dice, which ironically I was looking for. I forgot. I won a set long time ago of some critical dice, and I actually, it's fun. You don't have to just have them for yourself. They make phenomenal gifts. So I was able to gift some critical dice that I had won to someone who.
I ain't doing anything. I'm drawing.
He is drawing. He is drawing. I was able to gift someone who had no set of dice of their own some critical dice, and they were over the moon with it. They thought that it was the coolest colors. We're in love with them, and you should visit criticaldice.com or visit the Critical Dice on Instagram. Actually, I think you can pretty much search it anywhere, but I know those 2 locations is where I personally follow Jason. And get yourself some freaking dice on top of a bunch of other awesome accessories. They have t-shirts, they have patches, they got a whole bunch of cool stuff over at thecriticaldice.com. And Fabled42 has a discount code, I think for 20% off, on top of the fact that we give away critical dice during the show at halftime and at the end of the show. So if you want to win some dice, which I will be entering, I need to get some new dice now. To potentially gift or keep for myself forever and keep it in the hoard. Exclamation critical in chat right now. Let's do it. I'll do it with you. Let's do it together. Everyone ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Hurrah! Okay, now everyone gets dice.
1, 2, 3. Well, hold up now. Be careful what you say.
Everyone gets dice, maybe. Well, you should. If you don't, here's the thing. If you
my God, I got the dice.
Yep, you got some. If you don't get some in the giveaway, guess what? You still can get a discount with Fabled42 if you just go to the website. Easy. And
Don't forget to tell them about our histories.
Oh, and yeah. Y'all have to forgive me. I just woke up.
It's all good. Good morning. Happy to see you.
Good morning to me. Being real goblin mode today. So after you do all of that, after you check out Griffin Co., after you checked out Nine Realms Creation, after you check out everybody else we have mentioned, if you want to see everything in Fabled42's archives, we do have a YouTube channel that has everything, including since the start of a lot of things that were on this channel. So
we had a recent,
which I personally have to go back and watch myself. A recent fan.
Someone just finished all 100 episodes.
Oh shit! I need to do that. I need to find out what the memes are because I was.
You guys got to know about Grickle. And how great he was.
God.
Yeah. See, if you want to be in on the jokes, you got to go back and watch, and that's what I got to do. So I'm starting along right there with you guys. If you guys want to go, and we could have a maybe Ukador talking channel. I don't know, something that can get us talking about the old things. And YouTube is where I'm going to be, listening, watching, whatever I can do to hear. And I think if we make 1,000 subs on that YouTube, there's going to be a special giveaway.
Yes.
What a special giveaway!
A super special giveaway. Right now, I believe we're at 929.
Ooh,
so
that is close.
We are not too far off from 1,000. So tell your friends, tell your family, maybe your enemies if maybe your frenemies too. Let them know. Also, if you are a subscriber here on Twitch, you can give boons to players or the DM. You can give 1 inspiration and 1 luck to anyone you choose. So the luck, of course, is a D20 reroll, and inspiration is a D6 to add on to any roll that they like. And of course, if you are one of our Patreons, depending on what tier you're in, you have another pool of luck and inspiration to give out to whom you choose, each and every show. Am I missing anything? I think that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
So nice. So let's jump into. One last thing.
Nice.
A lot of us here, at least I know me and Mackenzie, Butters maybe, I don't know. We're going to the Ren Fair this weekend. I gotta do some last minute shopping tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
Same.
But I'm excited.
Same.
I'm excited, and I may or may not be playing with streaming on my cell phone. I don't know if I have enough juice. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm gonna test it out this week. We'll see what happens. But yeah. So without further ado,
So cool.
let's jump into it. So last we left off on Nightmares of the Crypt. The team was in this beautiful, gorgeous, perfect town called Flora's
Favor.
Yes, Flora's Favor. Thank you so much. They found out very quickly that there was something strange about the town, as when Avaran spoke out against its possible perfection, as they did come across what they believed to be a dead body, a dead foreign gun. It wasn't even a body. It was just a smear of red liquid blood and a everfall of fur. Once they asked about that, things got very strange, and they thought it wise to not speak aloud anymore against the town, though there was one quick slip up to where then they all saw some dark figure in the corner of their eye, in the peripheral of their eye. When they went to look, all they were met with was this giant, sharp eye that just kind of like very quickly got their attention. And of course they jumped, they looked, and nothing was there. It was probably just all in their head. It was probably just fine. They got their rooms in the tavern, where it is the Cozy Cove Cottage, who the owners of it is Mr. and Mrs. Muffin. They drank there. They drank a little bit. Tuttle didn't drink or eat anything. Avaran had some drink and a little bit of the muffins that were spectacularly delicious. Vera had a couple of sips of very specially made water. And from there, they got their room. They have one main room where they can rest down for the night. And they have a special room, or actually Vera and Avaran were gifted with a very special room for Miss Muffin said if they ever feel the need to multiply, they can use that room to do so. Because in the midst of Avaran giving a short wink as a certain signal to Vera for something totally different, Miss Muffin saw that and was just like, oh, y'all trying to have sex. So got a very special room. As they went to their rooms, Tuttle actually left the inn to go about the town to familiarize themselves with it and to look for any other exits besides the one that they came in from. And while that was happening, Vera and Avaran were in their rooms doing some secret agent shit, going through the room, leaving through. They're on the top floor, so they found the hatch to the roof, climbed out the roof, went almost nearly invisible using Pass Without a Trace, and started sneaking around the town to try to find Tuttle on the low, because they feel that they cannot be seen outside the inn at night, ? Which is interesting, because in this town, night is actually twilight. It is never fully dark here. It's just a part of the perfection. They, along Tuttle's exploration, they met a couple of people, a couple of shop owners, and a few passerbys and other shoppers within, and found their way finally to a library, which is interesting because this library was one shut down. It was like one of the only few establishments that were shut down, no lights, no nothing. And when Tuttle broke in, it was the only building that had no upkeep whatsoever. It was like the land, like nature was trying to retake this building. There were branches, vines, there was bark, there was like trees, there was dust, there were cobwebs everywhere. It was like this library was just left to die. Tuttle started going through different books and papers and parchments and scrolls to try to figure out what he could from this town. Anything that's covered in dust and locked down, there's always something to be found. There's always a reason. In doing so, they found that everything that was in this library was something sad, like whether it was poetry or very vague yet specific stories or what have you. Everything was it was a kind of like an endless recording of just sadness, loneliness, darkness, ever fearing the surroundings. But there was one thing that he found in there that was kind of tucked into a corner, forgotten, with like the most dust on there. And he found that it was, though sarcastically written, this was the only piece of parchment in the building that seemed to have an inkling of hope. As Tuttle was doing so, Vera and Avaran, kind of going here and there throughout the city to try to find Tuttle and trying to memorize certain areas, finally made their way to the library, found it, and found Tuttle, yet didn't, because Tuttle was invisible at the time. They just found a whole bunch of moving books and parchments and whatnot. I think maybe it was Vera, thought it would be kind of a little bit of fun to surprise Tuttle. In doing so, Tuttle freaked out, threw pocket sand glitter, and both of them started coughing and sneezing, and their eyes started burning uncontrollably, just covered in this glitter, as Tuttle says, "It's you guys!" And that's where we come back.
Yes, it's us, Tuttle.
So, Tuttle's gonna. I am no longer invisible. I have relinquished the invisibility, and see that it's my two friends, and just feel like I'm still giggling. What the heck are you guys doing? You guys are supposed to be asleep.
We figured it would be best if we figured out how to get out of here.
Well, glad you mentioned that. I found several ways to get the hell out of here, and he's gonna pull up one of his notes. I think this is a pretty safe place, considering the fact that it's not perfect in any way, shape, or form compared to the other parts of this town. I'm gonna hand over. I'll hand over my notes to them that I've taken of like all the different exit signs of how this place is shaped like a rabbit. All the notes that I took were that. We got Flora. Yeah, we have Flora. Flora's favorite's the name of Flora's favorite, Fluffle. Flora's fabled Fuffle. Fluffle.
Fluffle.
And the map, yeah. Fluffle. uh, it's all in Sylvan, which I'm not sure if either of them know how to speak, but I'm gonna hand it to them anyways. And then all the different archways, and that I found writing from something horrible has happened. This place has not always remained perfect. That was from the last episode that there is something that has happened here, and this isn't just like a perfect town. And that's a lot of my notes that I had. Good. Oh, and that there was a small chance of hope. There was a small chance of hope. Mm-hmm. And repeat it to them.
Excellent note taking. Why don't you go ahead and take a D4 inspiration for that, Mackenzie?
Hey.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, Mackenzie, I don't know if you have like a lot of tabs open on your computer or anything, but you are going kind of in and out, kind of choppy.
Oh, I assumed that was just my internet being crap. Thank God.
It might be my phone.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
It might be the webcam that I'm using to cast.
It's all good. Well,
yeah. Ever since the party, it's been whack.
I gotcha. Butters, you were the one with the phone. Did you put pour beer on it or something?
What?
Nothing.
I didn't do anything with anyone's phone. What?
So Everin and Vera, you get this information from Toddle.
We do.
Well, that all sounds like it checks out. I almost feel as if, like, with all of the darkness in the forest around this town, and this town almost being like a beacon in the center of it, it's almost as if it's meant to draw in travelers. And
I would agree.
I just don't trust it. So I think we're probably all in agreement that we should leave as soon as possible. But at the same time, I know I'm still feeling the after effects of the battle that we had before we got here. I could very much use a rest before we head out. What about you, Vera?
Well, I concur that resting is in our best interest. I fear that whatever might be keeping others here might attempt to do the same as us. I do not know if staying is the wisest action.
I would agree. As much as I am also pretty feeling it from the last battle, I don't think this is the I think worse will happen if we continue to stay here, because and then we'll be up against several Herringon. That is something I don't think will handle us. I
look around.
All I'm saying is I don't feel safe here.
Yeah. I look around at the place that we're in and all the thick layer of dust on everything, how it looks basically untouched. It doesn't appear to be a place that has been, visited in a long time. And so I reach down into my belt and I very, slowly pull out my dagger of warning, and I hold it in front of Vera and Toddle and say, "This magical dagger, it warns me of any impending danger. If we were all to rest and stay close to each other, we would not be able to be surprised by our enemies. It would warn us and wake us. So if you'll all, agree to stay with me here, I think we should rest, because I'm in no shape to have another battle out there like we had without at least resting and healing."
Then I concur. This might be our only option.
Okay. If you guys are okay with it, I'll follow along.
Just make sure you stay within 30 feet of this dagger.
Okay. And luckily this place does look abandoned, so
That is lucky.
Very
No,
lucky.
it said, luckily, this place does look abandoned.
Okay. So tell me what you do to try to make this place comfortable, because right now, if it was just regular bodies, lying on the floor or whatever,
Well,
it
we
would
have
be...
all our gear, right? Like, we can make camp.
Did you bring all your gear with you from the room?
We never took it off.
Okay. Then yes, if you have all your gear, you can make camp as if this is the wild. Because it kind of is very... It does kind of seem like a library in the middle of the forest. It has that vibe since it's been so forgotten over time. So is this going to be one tent, two tents? Is there going to be like a fire because it's kind of chilling in here, or like kind of walk me through it?
I mean,
I would say
we're in the
being
middle of
indoors, we're gonna go without a fire. Yeah.
yeah. Well, not to mention we don't want to draw attention to ourselves, from anyone who might be walking by outside, seeing a fire through a window. Is the space big enough to pitch a tent? I was figuring we just put our bedrolls on the ground like sleep in or sleepover.
There are some places that is big enough for a tent if you would like. But if you do just want to do your bedrolls, that's fine too. It's up to you.
I just know that I personally feel like should we be surprised and notified by my dagger, we would want to leave in a hurry. And, packing up a tent is a long, arduous process.
Okay.
Me and you are on the same page.
Okay, so no tents, but 3 bedrolls and no campfire.
Nope, I'm just going to take my cloak and kind of put it over me like a blanket.
Averin, remind me what armor you're wearing.
I mean, the only armor officially that I'm wearing is a breastplate.
Okay, so is that medium or heavy armor?
I believe it is medium. Let me double check. Yeah, medium.
Okay, so this maybe differs from our OG DM and her rules. However, sleeping in armor is not going to get you a long rest. You'll have to take it off.
All right, I'll do it.
Whoa, that eye squint. I'm not Miss Muffin. I'm not Miss Muffin.
All right, Averan will take off his breastplate. Yeah, he'll do that. And he'll attach it to his pack so that if we do have to leave in a hurry, he won't leave it behind.
Sounds good. Vera, I know you wear
I'm
no
a fucking
armor.
monk, motherfucker. I don't need no armor. I don't need no weapons.
Toddle,
Come on, fist.
what are you wearing?
Yeah. So I have I have not only scale mail, I also have that gold hell armor. I don't think we officially called if it was medium or heavy, but it does a lot of I've added 1 AC.
Okay.
To it, so I'm saying it's a medium.
Okay. It's a medium. Yeah, Toddle, that it's so heavy. It's so bulky. And then like on top of that, it has like some really the scales, like when you try to like roll over, it like some of the scales kind of like go inward. It's really uncomfortable. You're gonna have to take that off to sleep.
Yes, so Tuttle removes his armor. Yeah, Tuttle D takes all of his things off when he sleeps.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever been in a scenario. Sorry, I don't think I've ever been in a scenario where I've had to like rush out of sleep. So I've always been able to take my things off and put them back on as we continue into the day. So that is, I'm lagging again. So that is normal for Toddle.
Sounds
to be
good.
able to take all of his things off and just be little gnome boy.
Excellent. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Vera, what is your AC?
Gotta find the right tab. Sorry, hold on.
Oh my god.
D&D Beyond. Being digital, so you still won't be prepared. It is 18.
18. Thank you. Avaran, so armor class AC, when you're not wearing any armor, what it is it's 10 plus your dexterity modifier. No proficiency, just modifier. What is your AC?
So without my breastplate and without my shield, it would be a 15 because each one gives me +2.
Okay. So all that with you just like wearing regular clothes, your AC is 15?
Yes.
How high is your dexterity?
A 14.
What's
Hold
your
on. Let me de-equip these things and see if it changes. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Damn, that's I guess
Okay,
you give me a bigger bonus than I thought.
Okay, that
12.
makes more sense.
That makes more sense. 12. Your AC is 12. Thank you. Toddle, what is your AC? When you take off all
Right
of
now?
your armor and your shield, if you have one, what is your what is your new AC?
Tuttle does not have a shield.
Okay.
Right now, I just normal AC class is a 19.
Mhm.
One of my artificer infusions that I not infusions. Let me see what it is. Sorry, I have to find it.
It's all good.
Spell inventory, not inventory features.
So I'm actually familiar with what you're saying because I actually have an artificer character.
Yeah, so you know that they can have like little special things.
Yes.
One of them is enhanced defense, so AC +1. So that I don't ever take off. That's just an artificer infusion.
But the thing is that infusion is on your armor that you made. So once you take the armor off, you no longer have that bonus. So tell me, what is your...
It's enhanced to armor class.
Tell me, what is your dexterity modifier? It should be at the top of your sheet with your other modifiers, like in a row on the top.
Oh, the top, 12. Like it's 12 and then +1.
Okay, so your new AC is 11. Your armor class right now is 11.
Okay.
Okay. So, hey Tig, what's up? As you all take off your heavy adornments, medium and heavy adornments, and bed down for the night in your bedrolls.
Don't say it like that.
You made that was clean. That was actually clean. You made it nasty. And Avaran puts his dagger on your hip. Where do you put your dagger?
It says while it's on my person, so yeah, it's just kind of in the sheath, hanging on my belt here.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if I'm laying flat on my back, it would be like horizontal. It wouldn't slide out or anything.
Now that dagger of warning, good sir, is there like a range to it? Does it give you a range?
So basically, hold on, let me read it back to you. But it said, as long as my companions are within 30 feet of me, they can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens me and my companions within range if any of us are sleeping naturally when combat begins.
Understood. Thank you very much.
So it's like a little alarm clock that just goes beep beep.
So let's start with Toddle first. Toddle, why don't you, when you take off all your heavy armor and stuff, and we just see the regular, clothing underneath, what do we see? What does your regular clothing under all that heavy stuff look like?
Oh, it's so nice that you ask, because I have put so much in my backstory about what Toddle looks like, because he's always you never really know what he looks like except for his face. So it's cool to see what he looks like without his robes and without all of his things on. Mans is small. He is a small little boy. He is like a tiny. He's only 50 years old and gnome, so he's like, this little shrimpy. Man's got, it's kind of a like illusion. He looks really shrimpy, but he's also carrying like all this stuff like all the time. So he definitely has muscle in there, but it definitely doesn't show.
Lean muscle.
You can't tell. Yes, he's one of those people where he looks kind of like shrimpy, but then he like flexes and there's like muscles out of nowhere without his
like Cillian Murphy.
For real. Without his robes on, without his all of his adornments, everything that he has grown clothes, white scruffy hair. It's a short cropped white scruffy hair. You can see his face, and then he has really he is in a position of some nobility because he for this he works for this incredible institution. So he does have some level of nobility, and you can kind of see that in his what would be his sleeping robes or whatever. You could see some definite really nice trims. It's mostly sticks to his color palette, which is mostly like gray and black. But you'll see even some twinkles of gold and silver along his robes. You can kind of tell that what he's wearing underneath all of his robes and stuff is of high quality. And upon seeing Toddle, you don't first think that this guy has anything to do with that. So you see these really nice robes, really nice tunics. His hands are still mostly covered because those are, his most precious campaign, who cannot lose his arms. So he still has his arms hidden in his robes, just like Big Sleeve, just like he does with his adventuring robes and slippers. So during the day, he has one set of they're like combat boot style adventuring you think of like a gnome, and they have these curly little shoes at the end. Think of like the Grinch Stole Christmas, how all the elves have the little curly shoes. I gave curly shoes to Toddle, and their combat boots. So during the day, he has those. At night, he has slippers that also have little curls and little bells at the end.
I love that.
And on his actual person. So this is a fun thing I haven't revealed yet. Yay!
Oh no! But the thing is, I might have to ask you to hold it because when you lag, we a good chunk is being left out. So I might have to ask you to hold it because we can't fully hear it. But we heard a good bit though. So
okay,
we're gonna say that for another time. But what you gave us was really good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Avaran, what does your underclothing, not underwear, but like your regular traveler clothes look like?
Let's see. I mean, he normally wears like brown leathers, nothing too thick, but definitely would protect him from just grazes, like a little blade slash or graze there. It's trying to think, like almost like kind of a jerkin, and then just leather pants as well. Um, he I mean, he is a rough and tumble guy. He's lived on the streets. He has, slept, on the deck of ships when needed. He can sleep comfortably almost anywhere because he knows from experience that you have to get sleep where you can in this world. And so, you never know what's going to come, what's going to go bump in the night. And so, better to be rested than not.
Thank you so much, good sir. Vera, you, I know that in the past, like in different situations, maybe for swimming or whatever, you sometimes take off certain robes. However, in this situation right now, are you keeping your usual monk robes
No,
on?
they're still in their Sharan robes.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
You
you
know,
so.
wrapped in the cloak of Shar. She will forever protect.
Why don't you? I'm curious. Why don't you tell us what this cloak of Shar looks like?
I've described it before. It's just kind of like a gray tunic that kind of folds over kind of a more skin tight um material underneath it. It kind of folds over and then it's held together with a belt and then it drapes down in between their legs and then around the back and then it's got one set of sleeves that end about like start from here to here that are black and then a silver set that end right about here and then you can always see um they're wearing their bracers of defense and yeah, that's about it. They just got the cool tattoo underneath on their right arm.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. So, right now, while Mackenzie is typing, Vera and Avaran, sleep does not instantly hit you. Whether you're staring at the ceiling that kind of has moss and downward hanging vines that kind of loop, or maybe you roll over and see some twisted vines and branches over different tomes and scrolls, and you see the floating of dust and maybe the random spider here and there. It takes some time. Do you speak? Do you talk to each other as you slowly fade into a dark sleep?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Why not?
So,
I
Vera,
love Chris. He's the best.
Yes.
I've been meaning to ask you,
Oh.
tell me more about what brought you to us. I don't think we've had much chance to really sit down and talk about why you came to us and why you were there for us when we
Well,
emerged from hell.
Like I said before, I've lived my whole life with the monks of Shar, and my master told me that it was my day to do what is right by my goddess, and he told me to wait for you after giving me a description of all of you, and I was informed to take you to the city. That is all I know.
How did you come to be with the Order of Shar? Were you born into it?
We give many things to our goddess, so as long as I remember, I've always been there.
You never knew your mother, your father?
No.
Well,
Vera isn't even my first name. I could not tell you who I was before I was a monk.
did you choose your name, or was it given to you?
Like all things, it was given to me by my lady.
I see. Did Shar speak to you?
Who knows? The gods work in many ways.
I feel like there's more behind that, but I also sense a hesitancy, almost like Vera doesn't want to go into too much detail right now, so Avaran is going to leave it at that.
As you do so, Tuttle, was there anything that you wanted to add to the conversation?
Is there anything I could roll to like prove to you guys that Toddle fell right the fuck to sleep? Because he normally does.
I
He
will.
normally passes right then. Because he's a manual labor working man.
I'll say this. Go ahead and roll me a either a performance check or a persuasion check or a deception. So you can pick either one of those three.
Do you want me to kind of roll
I'm
insight?
+1 in all of them, so.
No, I'm not gonna have you two roll. It's just gonna be
Yeah.
your passive.
Oh.
Oh, our passive?
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 plus or bonus, right?
I think.
Yes.
Don't you have
Okay.
that? Don't you have that on your D&D Beyond?
Could be.
Yeah,
Okay.
My
it is 10
passive,
plus my bonus.
my passive perception is 14.
15s. Okay, I have my number.
What's your number?
I rolled a 13 and then I used that D4 inspo to get 16.
Cool. My number is 17.
Okay. So, as Tuttle gets very quiet for his own reasons, whatever they may be, to feign being asleep, Avaran, you see Tuttle as still and probably sleeping. Tuttle has had a busy day, as you know that they were here before you. Vera, Tuttle's breathing is off. It's almost like to an untrained eye, it would seem like regular patterns of breath. But to you, it seems way too concentrated for sleep. You know Tala is awake and is just being very still and very quiet for whatever reason that they may have. You are trained in body language, and even under Toddle's sleeping role, you can still see it. Do you choose to do anything or say anything?
I think since our friend is so tired, I will take the first watch.
I respect that in you, Vera, but you were hurt far more grievously than I was in that battle, and you've not had a chance to rest. So I would rather take the first watch if it's all right with you.
My wounds have already healed, and unlike you, I can see in the dark.
All right. If you feel it's the best thing to do, then I will rest.
You have earned it. I will wake you as soon as it is your turn.
Thank you.
So, Vera, as you begin to lay a watchful eye over your surroundings, why don't you go ahead and give me a perception check?
Vera's actually going to focus a little bit more on Otto, since they knew that they were initially faking being asleep.
Gotcha.
Will that affect my score?
Undecided.
Okay. Uh, 20. Not natural.
20 for perception. As you look around the room, though keeping Toddle very firmly in your sights, every now and then you hear passerbys. And they talk to each other again in kind of that a mix of Sylvan and Common. Like I believe I said last game that to us we would kind of see it as Spanglish, but that's kind of the way that they're speaking, and you come to the conclusion that even though this town is resting, it's never asleep. It's in rest mode, but it's not in sleep mode, which is interesting. Would you say that Vera has had any experience with elves in the past? That's probably a no, that face.
No, I'm trying to think. Without divulging too much of the backstory, yes, but they probably don't remember.
Okay. What a great random precursor. So yeah, you know that in Elven, or you at least have heard in Elven towns that sleep is a little different, since elves can kind of choose to or not to sleep, and maybe forego
if
for
you're
something
talking
else.
about general facts like that, then probably yes, they would know about meditation.
Well, that's great. So you're kind of feeling that sense in this city. Like, it's never fully asleep. Yes, it's resting, but there's always activity, whether it's, round-the-clock jobs or late night watch or graveyard shift, all the above. It could be anything, but it just seems that is still some sort of bustle in town. Calm, but still there. And for Toddle, what if you are still fully awake? What is it that you are doing?
Normally, Toddle, when he does submit to the bed and submits to, like, it is time to sleep, he just, like, passes the hell out. It's usually not a fight. If he's ever having trouble sleeping, it's gonna be because he's not feeling safe in whatever environment he's in, which, like, totally makes sense given everything we just went through tonight. So he is gonna be just trying to like be on his back like this, trying to meditate. Unfortunately, enough, I don't have any like sleeping potions. Normally that would be a thing that would put my ass right to sleep, but I actually don't have any on me right now. So none of that. I guess I could if I wanted to whip up sleeping potions, but at this point, nah. So he's just gonna be like calmly meditating. I know he's spoken to Vera about meditation in some aspects because it's cool. So he's gonna be trying to focus on like getting to sleep and trying to take away what is like the outside world and trying to just focus on himself. That would be what Toddle's doing at this moment until whenever Toddle's awoken to be able to begin the shift.
Okay. So, Vera, I would say that over your watch, you would notice Tuttle still kind of feigning being asleep, most likely in deep thought. You've seen time and time again when camping or out in the wild or what have you, that sometimes Tuttle takes a little bottle of something before sleep. Interestingly enough, he didn't do that tonight. That's curious. That's as much as you get until Tuttle finally does fall unconscious. And you are alone in your watch. And your watch goes uneventful. Who do you wake?
I would normally wake Toddle first because of the fact that they have dark vision. However, knowing that they just went to sleep, I will wake up Avaran.
How do you
Which
do
is
so?
good because I also have dark vision.
I think we all have dark vision.
Wait, I thought you were a human.
I'm half elf.
Yeah, yeah. Avaran's half elf.
You always forget that he's all you see is human. But out of curiosity, how does Vera wake sleeping Avaran?
They're gonna just gently tap him on the shoulder.
Avaran, why don't you go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw?
Interesting. Okay. 26.
26. Yeah, he's not moving, Vera.
What?
All right. Let me just check.
So
the
you
character
tap,
sheet
tap,
real
tap.
quick.
You tap, tap, tap. Nothing.
I'm gonna just poke him and shoot some ki through him. Not to
Interesting.
hurt him, but just to disturb the general flow of the chakras as they go through.
Nice. We're getting
I love this. I feel like this is not really written in any rules, but we're
It
gonna
is
make this
not.
work. Because I love this. I need you to describe exactly what you do to shoot chakra into his body, or ki.
So similar to when Vera would strike someone and inject ki into the strike and hit them to do a stunning strike by shocking their nervous system.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of doing that at a punch and as a blunt object, they'll channel ki into the tip of their finger, poke their third eye chakra, and kind of like shoot it straight through into the brain as like a thunk to like pop it out of REM.
Avaran, you're currently running. You're running down a wooded hallway. The sun is about to go down. You can see at the end of the hallway this this window. And you can tell that the sun is about to set. You're running. You're almost out of breath. There's more footsteps. There's one pair of footsteps behind you. You're running. A horde of footsteps follow. Scratching of wood walls. Breaking of wooden floors. You're running. You're desperate. You're about to turn around to grab someone. And you are forced awake. And you are right now paralyzed and shaking with your eyes wide open looking at Vera. And it fades. And you now have control of your body.
It's time for your watch. I'm sorry for the rude awakening, but I tried to be more gentle.
It's all right. I'm sure in this realm we're in, sleep is probably a little deeper than it would normally be. And I pat him on the shoulder or pat them on the shoulder and stand to take my watch, slowly reaching over for my breastplate to put it back on.
Okay. As you do so, and Vera beds down, why don't you... It takes you about, if memory serves, I think donning armor takes about like 10, 15 minutes, something like that?
Rules per written, it is 15
Okay.
for heavy.
So...
I mean, this is a breastplate. It literally
Mhm.
goes over your torso like that. So it's like over,
Like-
snap, snap.
Yeah.
Well, as you're doing over snap, why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check?
Oh, I will. You can
And
bet that.
at that, why don't you do it with a disadvantage?
Oh shit.
Fair enough. Because I mean, I'm,
That a lot's going on. You had a really bad dream. You woke up very out of the ordinary. A lot's happening. You're putting into place.
So there was
Nobody
only a
wants to kill
1 point
us.
difference in between my rolls, the lower of which was a 15 total.
Ooh.
15 perception. As you look out into the darkness, you also every now and then you hear footsteps and Sylvan common talking here and there. It's almost like this library doesn't exist. It just seems like there's just no foot traffic here. Ever. You look around and you see the gentle fall of dust. You see cobwebs. It's almost like you saw more cobwebs than you did before you bedded down. You see families of spiders and roaches. There would be ants if there was food here. But there hasn't been food here for a very long time. You see old books and parchment, and it almost looks like everything has just been kind of turned over. And you assume that it's because of Toddle. They were in here for a while before you arrived, so it's solemn in here. It's not just camping out. It's not just like nighttime. It's not normal. It's very sad in here, Avaran. You remember when you were out in the Badlands, the Darklands, the Outer Lands, the Other Lands. You've heard so many different saying of the outside world. You remember you tried to open yourself up to the vibes of the world, I guess you would say, to see if there were any demons or devils around you, and it was awkwardly still. Usually when you do use your senses like that, and I mean, yes, this is still very new for you. You've done it once or twice before, so you have a semi-understanding. There's usually still some feeling of life, but there was nothing. You're reminded of the dream you had last night, running down that endless wooded corridor, running towards that oh so memorable window. In the fall of night, it messes with you. There's a deep sadness. Your watch goes by uneventful, though you are still reeked with harsh memories. And it's tonight more than ever. You have learned to put up walls, Everin. You've learned to fight the pain, to persevere. But it's hard tonight. You remember just hours ago when you and Vera were sneaking around and you saw a different archway exiting this town. And you were terrified of it. You didn't say anything, but you remember your cowardice. Your watch is over. Who do you wake?
I just go next in line. I go over to Toddle.
How do you wake up, Toddle?
I will crouch near his closest foot to me and just kind of grab that and give it a little jiggle.
Toddle, why don't you go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's my best stat. Is this magic?
No.
Okay.
Always good to ask, though. I like that.
Thank you. $14.
14. Yeah, Everin, Tuttle's pretty still. Tuttle's not waking up. What do you do?
I had a funny answer in my head, and then I'm like, no, what would Aberrant do?
Okay, you should share it, but yes.
It's basically like take the foot and just kind of pick him up and shake him around. But no, so instead of that, then, go and grab his shoulder and like give it a little bit more vigorous of a shake. Like not like to actually like shake him awake, but definitely with more force to try and get him to wake up.
Toddle, you are in hell.
Again.
You're surrounded in fire. Endless inferno. Sky blacker than tar. In the distance you see a damned kingdom spiked, rushing over in blood. Rivers branching out from the castle. Above it you see a figure. Horns longer than you've ever seen. Wings of endless pain. An aura of hellish power. Eyes glowing with hatred unspoken. You're paralyzed, yet you can still speak. You scream out, "No! Please, no, I'm sorry! Come back, I'm sorry!" Your voice echoes out into the abomination of a sky. The figure flies to you, backed by an army of death. This figure shows itself to you. You did this to me. You took me away from my home. You took my choice away. It was you! And out of the darkness you see a face. You reach out in sorrow. "I'm sorry!" It's your comrade who left and backstabbed you long ago. Right before he runs his flaming sword through your pathetic heart, you wake up, paralyzed, seeing Averin before you. Averin, Toddle is crying.
All right, Tato. You're safe. We're here for you.
As the paralysis fades, Tuttle, your voice comes back to you.
I mean, I've had a lot. I've had a lot happen to me, but I'm not doing okay with this place.
Avaran,
And he's gonna be in a mood.
you notice something very strange about Tuttle. It's almost as if he's glitching in and out of the world. When Tuttle speaks, it's broken and fractured. Something is very wrong. What do you do?
I kind of give Toddle this sideways look and just kind of flick him on the forehead.
You flick something that's almost like... Imagine if you were able to flick, like a, what is it? You know when you turn on your TV and there's like that gray... Static, yeah.
Static.
Imagine flicking static. That's what it feels like. Tuttle, you feel a very subtle pluck, though it feels strange.
Tuttle is gonna be getting his bearings, and he's gonna look at Averin and just be like, "Yeah, you don't look good. I don't look good. I'm gonna look over at Vera and see how Vera's sleeping, and just Vera's status."
Vera is sleeping soundly.
Like a baby.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad someone around here's getting sleep, because we look like hell. And Tuttle is actually going to hand over to Averin. Shit. I was going to hand over a potion to help, but I don't have any potions that would help. Let me take this time to whip up some good potions to help with calming our nerves a little bit and helping us, you know,
So
get the hell out of this situation, because I am not okay.
So as you hear the broken words of your friend going kind of in and out, Tuttle, as you're making this, it doesn't take you long. Averin will not lose any sleep over this. As you're making this, you yourself see your hands kind of flickering every now and then, kind of blipping, kind of warping every so often. And you remember the people that were here with you once before. How they would glitch or fade away before leaving you alone. You think to yourself, you might be leaving soon. Where you go, you don't know. But you might want to share that with Averin, so that they're not alarmed at a sudden blipping out of existence.
Well, so what Tuttle is seeing is that he's starting to like fade away, like how Lander and Alex did.
Yes.
Okay. So, is Averin asleep?
No, he is currently looking at you with worry in his eyes for you as you, as this is very, like he, with the kind of, and this isn't to be like harsh or anything, but like this is kind of like a medieval kind of world that our people are living in and whatever. Like Averin, with his knowledge, would not even be able to describe to another what is happening to you right now. He doesn't even know the word glitch,
Right,
or static. This is very unhinged and never before seen.
Yeah.
So, it being a world of fantasy, would Averand ever have seen someone going or seen any extraplanar events?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just looking at you with worry in his eyes, because whatever it is that your existence, your body is going through, is out of his power.
Okay. I am going to I was thinking of making just a potion that would help with sleep, and I'm trying to think of if there's any potion in D&D that is like provides a not insane atmosphere so that a character might be able to gain a full long rest of some kind. I guess that would be a sleeping potion. And
Ale.
hand it. Yeah, fucking beer.
I think
This
there
has
actually
heavy
is an
alcohol in
item
it.
that just straight up gives you a full rest for sleeping for 2 turns.
Yeah, they're probably.
But
Much
Yeah, there
much
probably
too
is.
advanced for Toddle
I'm gonna.
right now.
oh, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say anything that he can cook up with whatever the items he has concurred is gonna be able to provide a calmer atmosphere for Avaran as he is concerned, and taking notice of the like wispiness that's happening. He's gonna walk over to Avaran and hand the vial over and say, "So, I'm distorting. I'm not quite in the same. I'm not. This is weird, and I'm gonna have to sit and figure out how to take care of this while also watching. This has happened before. I explained to you that I had 2 other people that were here with me, and they just vanished. So we are in a library, so I'm gonna try to see if I can find out what's going on, but just be warned that I might not be here in the morning. And is there anything you need from me now that I haven't already given
Now,
you?
will forever hold your peace.
I don't even know what you could make for us. I mean, you have more experience in this realm than I do, so anything that you think would be useful, whether it be healing
Okay.
items that make us stronger, anything.
In this world, none of that stuff is entirely useful. Anything can go wrong. So Toddle will, stay up for a little bit longer and explain. Just once again, I feel like I've already kind of explained to Avaran like what I've experienced in the past with Alex and Lander, but just take that time to go over every thorough detail and then also recount what we witnessed with the creature that we battled and everything. And maybe we can try to find a way that there's like if we have a conclusion on what the hell is going on.
Very well. So, Avaran, you take this bottle. You take this bottle from Toddle of easier sleep, and it's interesting that it's glitching and distorting in Toddle's hands, but once it's passed off to you, it takes concrete form. And you are left with that as Toddle will start to keep watch, and you see them going through different parchments in here to see, as they said, what they can do to help themselves. What do you do?
Before he gets fully engrossed in what he's doing, I ask him, how long will this put me out for?
I made it really not really incredibly powerful. I just use a little bit of the specificer, but you should be able to have peaceful sleep at least and get a good night's rest. Nothing incredibly strong though. What would be equivalent to like 5 milligrams of melatonin?
Excellent. So I take the little stopper out and loop, loop.
As you take it, it goes down smooth. You lay down.
I don't actually. Before I, pass out, I don't want to have to take my breastplate off, so I find the nearest chair and just kind of cross my arms, lean back, and try to get, since this will give me restful sleep anyway, I want to be in as, well equipped of a situation as possible.
For your second sleep cycle in this watch, I will allow it. You find this chair, you post up, you watch Tuttle kind of go from place to place to place, glitching all the way, as your sight slowly fades to black as the potion of soothing sleep takes you, and you allow it. As you know, you are a half-elf, and magic can't put you to sleep. However, potions are a little different, and also you allow yourself to be taken by it. And you fall back to sleep. Toddle, why don't you give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Arcana. Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
11.
11. For you, and only for you, that will do. Your soothing sleep potion does not have any bad side effects.
Yay. Yay.
Now, why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh. Ooh. 17.
Okay. 17 for your perception. With disadvantage? Roll twice
With
to take
disadvantage,
a lower?
I
Right.
rolled a nat 20. Yep.
Okay. On top of that, why don't you go ahead and give me either an investigation or... Yeah, no. I'm going to let it be investigation. Give me an investigation check now.
Okay. 10.
10. Okay. As you go from bookcase to scroll holder to dusty maps on the wall to every place, unfortunately, you don't find anything that can help you stay on this plane. Though you do find something that says never-ending sleep, never rest, boundless nightmares, endless fright, never rest, endless black, endless. And for your perception check, you as well hear the pitter-pattering of feet here and there, and for you, it's starting to be more and more. It seems like this town might be going from its rest state back to its bustling state. You are hearing people, well, yeah, every now and then. It's still like broken Sylvan / common, but every now and then you can hear a good morning. Good morning. No way. And then I said, and the town awakens, and you seem to be still here. Let's ride it out. You just wish for the best and hope that you don't enter an oblivion of unknown. And as everyone slowly starts to wake of their own accord, we're gonna go on break.
Stay out. My dog is killing me. Let's go potty.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take our 10 guys. Remember to type in !critical in the chat to enter in the dice giveaway for Critical Dice. Hey! We will see you soon. Let me get this. Where is it? Here it is. Bada boosh. Happy time.
Poop the dog.
Poop with the dog.
Dogs went poop.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for chilling with us. I hope you guys too had a good bathroom break or snack break or break. You know, I don't know what you do on break. You could just, I don't even want to know. Don't even tell me. But, but yeah, if you have not already, be sure to enter in !critical to enter in the dice giveaway right now. Let me check my list. Right now we have Mackenzie is number 1. Number 2 is me. Number 3 is Baptized in Pus. Number 4 is Chris Snyder. Snyder is such a cool last name. I know I've said it before, but it's such a cool last name. Number 5 is Defiant Thorax. Number 6 is Storytime by Tig. You know what, Tig? I feel like I want with that title. I feel like I want you to tell me, like, we need story time by you sometime. Like, I want to hear a story by Tig. Let's see what else we got. Did I miss anyone else? I think that's it. So 6 total. We'll give a little bit more time for anyone who may be popping in or what have you, and then we will call for the Critical Dice winner. Excruciatings. We're cute as fuck. Oh, thank you. That's so nice that someone named Excruciating just called us cute as fuck. All right. Let me loop this. Here we go. All right. So, heroes? I don't know what you are. You awaken, and in here it is still dark. There is no light coming in from the windows, as I have said before in the past that the windows seem to be like blacked out or shaded out somehow, whether it's through paint or dim glass or what have you. But you do all hear a bustling, kind of thriving noise outside of this forgotten library. You know what, Avran Toddle, homies, why don't you go ahead and make a insight check.
Okay, 16.
16 insight for you.
5.
5 for you. Okay. Toddle, it seems like for now your ailment has subsided. You are no longer distorting, glitching through time and space, and you seem solid as you feel yourself and everything. You feel like whatever happened last night, and the sorrow and bad dreams, something went right, because you're here.
We did it. It's solved.
Avaran, something is wrong with Vera. Vera doesn't seem themselves this morning. There's bags under their eyes. Their hair, they're, kind of very nicely kept dreads or braids on top of their head, seems a bit more disheveled, more so than usual, morning bedhead. There's a slight exasperation from Vera. Something's not right.
Before I speak to Vera, do we all benefit from taking a long rest?
You can talk to Vera first.
All right. Vera, my friend, how are you feeling? You look out of sorts.
Vera,
Just
there's an echo in your head. I don't know if you are one to remember your dreams when you wake. But there is an echo in the back of your head. Broken memories, shattered bits of dream, reality, the past, the future. I want you to tell... No. You relived in bits and pieces something horrific that happened to you. Something that you may or may not have tried to push down so many years. Bits and pieces of the fragments come to you as you recollect what you saw last night, putting them together, sometimes having to fill in the blanks yourself because it's just so hard to grasp it. What do you say to Averin?
I am fine. I was just being tested last night.
Inside check.
Go for it.
I'm gonna roll deception.
Go for it.
Ah, fuck. 4.
27 and oh wait, no, deception.
Mm-hmm.
25, but I did roll a 20.
Averin, Vera's being very truthful. Something tried to test them last night.
Do you recall what it was that was testing you?
It is just another tool that we Sharin monks use to keep our wits about us.
Well, looks like it was quite a difficult test from you from the look of things.
Hey, DM, did I get a full rest?
You all got a full rest.
Vera will
Like dangling it.
like stretch and just be like, it is nothing I have not recovered from already.
Vera, you have a disadvantage on everything for the rest of this day.
Wait, do I have a point of exhaustion?
You do not have a point of exhaustion, but you will have a disadvantage on everything today, because the shadows of your mind, the thing that you are keeping to yourself, that you had to bear through, was too great and it takes a toll. So you have disadvantage on everything. It was only Averin who got that soothing sleep potion from Toddle. And Toddle, in himself, was looking for something to ease their own existence and sleep before they bedded down and kept watch. You were the only one who did not get those benefits. So you do have a long rest, but you have disadvantage on everything. Everyone else have a regular long rest and you're fine.
Well, I think if we're all feeling a little better, we ought to pack up and make our way out of here as soon as possible.
No. Agreed.
And I start rolling up my bedroll and put it in my pack and get ready to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Exactly.
So, tell me and the viewers what you do to get the fuck out of Dodge.
I am going to go back towards the entrance where Vera and I came in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to very slightly open the door, just like crack it an inch or two open to like peek out. And if I feel like there's no one in the immediate vicinity, I'm going to use my ring again to cast Pass Without a Trace.
As you peek out of the door, it is bustling outside. Why don't you go ahead and make me a stealth check?
All right, I can do that.
As you peek out before you use your magic to conceal everyone.
Dirty 20.
As you peek out, you very gently crack the door. No one seems to notice you, and the streets are bustling. It is very apparent that if you just walk out of here, everyone will see you. Out of a building that's been long forgotten, that's been almost avoided at this point, you feel like it would cause major eyes. So, you say you use your ring again? Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now that being said, can I see like how far the edge of town is from where this library is? Like how far are we from getting the hell out of there?
Like, you mean to leave this town? Just leave it?
Yeah.
It's a trek. You are currently, because Tuttle has already explained to you both that the town, like from a bird's eye view, looks like a giant like rabbit head.
Right.
And you know that you are in like kind of like the middle bottom, more the middle, the bottomish portion of the left ear, and that the tip of the ear is where another exit/opening archway is, and that is a trek. The sun is out and bright and shiny. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead. Yeah, let me change my thing. Hold on. Virtual background. Where are you? Yeah, here we are. It's bright and shiny and happy. And there's very few things to hide, because you know this magic. You're familiar that it will conceal you and it will help you hide. It probably works better at night when there's more shadow around. However, it still has its effects during the day, but it's difficult.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know that at the very least, we won't leave any tracks and we won't make any sounds as we pass.
Yes, correct. That's correct.
Yeah. So I turn back to Vera and Toddle and I say, well, it looks like we're trying to leave smack dab in the middle of the day when the sun's at its highest. And so, unless we make a very quick exit from the town in as straight a line as possible, interacting with absolutely no one, it's likely that someone's going to spot us. And so I'm open to any suggestions you guys have so we can get out of here without any incident.
Is it such a bad thing to have some folks from the town notice us? Will they, if we're just leaving, I mean, will that actually do any bad favor?
Is there
Do they really want us to stay?
Is there a back door of sorts we may use?
I didn't really get a chance to investigate the whole library, so I'm not sure if there is a secret door or anything that could take us out of here in particular.
May I see the map?
Hands him the map.
They take the map.
DM Vera will study the map and look for another way out of here.
Woo!
Why don't you go ahead and give me an investigation check with a disadvantage?
You're sleepy.
Sleepy Vera.
2.
Shit.
Yeah, friend. It seems like there's only the front entrance. This map is kind of unclear to you. You're trying to save face, but you feel like the front door is it.
Do I remember when we walked in this building, whether there was like a gap or an alleyway to the side of this building so that we could pass between it and the one next to it?
History check.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Nah, it seems like everything was flush. Right? No alleyways, just like house building, establishment, house, shop, house. Like, it's foggy.
Okay, what if we make a door? Why don't we check for a window and, just, use some tools, carve it out, like, and see if we could just hop out a different way, Is there any, can I do an investigation to see if there's any window? There's no windows, huh? Because it's...
Why don't you go ahead and give me that check?
Okay. Oh shit, 19, but let me see. Investigation?
Mm-hmm.
20... 24.
As you look at all the windows, you do remember that these windows are very tall and slim. Very tall,
Okay.
almost like prison windows. Like if you were to see a prison from the outside or whatever, it's just like kind of slits or whatever. You could squeeze through. However, there's also like this blackened glass, and on every window, it's just boarded up. Like it's just you could, of course, it's boarded up from the inside, so you could possibly just like unscrew all of the boards on the inside of the window and try to figure out how to open a window or make an exit through a window. However, it's gonna be difficult for Avaran to make it through. Not impossible, but these things are very slim. And actually, now that I think about it, it's gonna be a challenge, not for you as a living being, but all of your stuff. It's so bulky. Not impossible, but it will be challenging. So, as Avaran and Toddle look around and converse and kind of ping-pong ideas of a safe exit, Vera, why don't you tell me in fragments, very fragmented. I want you to be vague about it, even to me. But I want you to tell us what it is that you are keeping to yourself. What was it that you remember from your nightmare last night? Fragmented, please.
Running. Then like kind of darkness in the void. And then running into a light, but like kind of a blue, cool light that's blinding. And then just, when hear like when a flashbang goes off and all you hear is "Ee." Hearing that, and then kind of like turning and seeing like a face missing eyes with just an open maw.
And that's it?
Yep.
So Vera, you trying to stay focused, trying to bury what it was that you saw, what it was that you lived through, what it was that you've seen. You do not hear this conversation that's being had right now. Tuttle Everin, go ahead.
I have an idea. Would you guys like to listen? It is a funny idea, but it might be something we do. So Tuttle is gonna like rummage through his ropes, look under his sleeve, try to find something, and he's gonna pull out what looks like a little wind-up toy. It's a flying wind-up toy that he likes to create. He calls them butterflies. I've used them a handful of times in this campaign. This is Tuttle doing the Artificer's magic tinkering ability that they get at like level 1 or something. What it is it's you can imbue a non-magical object with a there's 4 different things you can do. One of them's like light, one of them's like a recording, one of them's a smell, another one's an image. It's supposed to be kind of like a cell phone, I think is what DM is trying to do with it, is be like, oh, it's like a cell phone. I put this on a toy, and he's gonna pull it out, and it's gonna look like very childlike, very like he was attempting to test something and it kind of was failed, and it's like a little scrappy, but you see it and it's like looks like a little toy. So he's gonna pull it out and he's gonna say, I think this might be the key to us getting out of here undisturbed by the residents. Must I explain? Must I explain?
If it doesn't work the way you think it will, I trust that you know what you're doing. But if for any reason it doesn't work the way that it should, I have an idea in mind as well as a backup.
Okay. Basically, I want to release this, since this town is perfect, I want to release this in the air. And you can put smell into it. And I want it to have a really foul odor, because I don't think this town has experienced a foul odor with how beautifully smelling everything is in quite a bit. So there's a little canister inside the toy where you can like put one of these various like things for it to do. And he's gonna pull out like a little tiny vial. It's gonna look like a CO2 canister that you'd use for like a BB gun, like one of those little vials, but it's gonna have a scent in it. And this scent, Tuttle at one point when he was studying his potions career, wanted to see what the most potent foul smells were. And he actually at one point this is very Tuttle-like. This is very gnome. He at one point no, I'm not gonna do this.
Oh, now you gotta.
Captured essence of his own like BO in order to see what effect this is so Tuttle. Okay, he would do this. He would capture his own essence in order to see what can be produced. So this is gonna be your BO, your sweat, nasty, maybe even gas of some kind. This is all going to be put into a CO2 canister, and it's just going to smell horrible.
Did he do this at like the height of puberty?
He did this. Gosh, dude, potentially. I mean, he was a young kid. He's still very young. He's still very young in his what is it called? gnome. What is it? He's only 50. I mean, that's not too bad for a gnome. He's got enough to know a handful of things, but he uh he this is something you experiment with. He was working with whatever he can. So, puts it in. He's gonna place it in, and he's gonna be like, "You guys want to try this method?"
At this point, I just want to see what the hell happens.
Okay. Vera, do you have any objections to this?
Vera shrugs.
Okay. So Toddle will crack very as gently as possible, crack open the door as to remain like as stealthy as possible, and he's gonna wind it up and he's gonna let it go. Ideally he's gonna point it in the direction that goes towards the center of town, like where not where the two ears are, but he's gonna push it towards more of the face part of the map.
Gotcha. You do so. You creak open the door, all stealthy like, and you let it fly. As it flies kind of into the sky, not too high, and you can kind of start to see this kind of BO haze that starts to fall on the people. At first when they see this interesting butterfly, they're like, "Ooh!" and they all start to clap and smile at it and clap, and like there's little kids like, "Oh, mommy, look!" Like, "Oh, honey, it's so pretty," and it gets a lot of attention. But then the energy slowly changes from that of excitement to that of repulsion. Everyone starts to look at you. What is that? Mommy, my nose hurts. Mommy, Calcifer! Like someone starts to yell out Calcifer, and you kind of hear a number of people, kind of starting to say that same name, like over here, and you don't see it from your point of view, but it's like you see within the crowd this like opening. At the top of the crowd, there's kind of like an opening, and it seems like something is moving through the crowd that you can't see. And what's the AC of this butterfly?
I don't think it has any. It's the what is it called? The magic tinkering. I don't think it has anything crazy.
Okay.
It's definitely like baby.
Then 19 will hit it. You see like this chuck of a shovel, and it's like spinning, and it collides into your butterfly as there's an kind of this explosion of BO. What do you all do while this attention is being taken?
Yeah, so we're gonna be, obviously I'm keeping an eye on it, making sure it's going okay, and I'm kind of seeing the reactions, and I'm gonna turn to you guys and be like, let's go now.
I had my thought exactly, and so I make my way out the door towards the I guess tip of the ear is the way we were going or trying to go. And moving with purpose, but not running, like as smoothly and quickly to not draw attention, but get where we're going.
So, as you do so, you start making your way to the ear, seemingly. Well, why don't you all go ahead and give me a stealth check?
Before that, after we exit behind me, or behind us, Vera will cast darkness. So there'll be like a dark cloud that you can't see through. It's just sphere of darkness.
Darkness where?
Like right behind me. So there's a 60-foot sphere of darkness.
Okay. So all this is happening at once. You guys are all stealthing your way out. I'm sorry. Give me the stealth again, Everin.
Sorry.
What was it?
15-foot sphere. It's a 60-foot range, so 15-foot sphere behind
Okay.
me.
You do
And
that.
you can't see through the sphere.
10 plus 6 for stealth, 16.
I'm at 10.
And did you add the bonus you gave yourself with the plus 10 to pass without a trace? Did you do that already?
No, so then it would be 26.
I also have 26. I did not need disadvantage because I have advantage on all stealth checks.
Okay, so
I
it was a
just
straight roll.
once.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, Tunnel, what'd you get?
I mean, I did 10. Yeah, just normal 10.
Which would be, I guess, 20 if you're getting the plus 10 with the
Mhm.
pass without a trace by being within range of me.
So you guys move unnoticeably as the attention is being taken, and you are staying to more kind of overhung areas, whether it's like a tent of a market or what have you, or like tall trees or tall plants that like is giving shade. You're staying to smart areas, and I'm gonna say you get maybe a third of the way to the archway exit before. Why don't you, all of you, make me a perception check?
When you
And-
say a third of the way to the archway, are we out of the village proper,
No,
or does the archway, like, it's right at the edge of the village?
it's literally on the tip of the ear.
Okay.
14.
Was that with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay, 14 perception from you. 13.
13, yep.
All right, and Tuttle.
I got a 10.
Okay,
Lots of
so
10s.
so Vera and Avaran, you hear through the commotion, because when you make this kind of like black bubble in the city, everyone's like, what is that? And you know, people are either running from it or someone's running to it to, you know, investigate it. But in the madness, you hear a very familiar voice. Oh, has anyone seen our guests, our visitors? Has anyone seen Vera? Excuse me, have you seen Vera? Excuse me, have you seen Vera? And as you look back, you do see the tall pink ears of Miss Muffin. And every now and then when you see her move between the crowd, you can like see a glimpse of her full body. Vera, you do see a very familiar piece of paper in her hand. Excuse me, I'm sorry, darling. Have you seen Vera? No. Oh, okay. I don't know I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, honey. Excuse me. Have you seen Vera? And she's just kind of going person to person, and it looks kind of alert and kind of frantically looking for you with this piece of paper, and you can tell that this from the folds that this is your message to her saying, if you need help, find me.
As everyone's running away,
Mm-hmm.
Vera is going to draw her knife, their knife, and mark some of the buildings that they're running past. With just like a quick shh.
Mm-hmm. And the purpose of that is to try
Like
to
leaving
her.
a little trail. Yeah.
So the thing is with that, someone has to be looking for a notch in a perfect building.
Right.
Miss Muffin would never think to look at it.
Well, someone might figure it out, hopefully.
Oi, Vera, do another one to make a V.
Sure.
Now we're
Vera
Sora.
will start doing V's.
Okay. Interesting.
What about the dirt? Like, can we maybe draw a line in the dirt?
Pass without a trace, we leave.
We'll sweep it up. That's
Oh.
specifically why I was like, I have to like very intentionally mark something.
I see. Paintbrush? I don't know.
Okay. So you make these V notches in the buildings around, and maybe some bark and trees and whatnot.
And I do have a plan for when we get to the gate.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait till we get to the gate.
Okay.
Noticing what Vera is doing, I'm going to do it every other building so that he doesn't have to stop at every single building they are doing it. So it's almost like we're hopscotching each other.
Gotcha. Okay. So you do so, and you make your way to the tippy top of the left ear, which is the archway. Do you leave?
When we get to the archway,
Yes.
Vera is going to engrave well, it was Mrs. Muffins?
Yes.
That was her name? Yeah, it's just
Mrs.
gonna
Muffin.
engrave Miss Muffin.
You gonna write that where?
Like engrave it on the archway.
Ooh, before you do that, when you get within 15 feet of the archway, I need all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Don't forget your disadvantage. Thank you, Mackenzie.
You said wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw.
Almost a crit. 19 plus 3, 22.
22 for Everin.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
14.
Oh, actually,
Is this
it's
magic?
5 because we all get plus 3 on saving throws from my aura of protection.
Okay.
Oh,
Yay!
then 17 for me.
Is this magic?
I have a feeling based on the other roll, the DC is fucking insane.
This is not magic. This is regular. Ooh, Dungeon Scrawlers rating in. Thank you. Welcome, friends.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome, Raiders.
I hope you had a fantastic game over there. We are having a giveaway for some dice. Please enter in the chat, enter !critical to enter in to win you a free pair. If you are out of the US or Canada, we can still accommodate you with some amazing Critical Dice gift cards. So good luck to you all. Thank you for the raid. Mackenzie, can we do a shout out for them? Are you able to do that? Thank you. All right, so Avaran got a 23. Toddle got a 25. Toddle got a what for wisdom saving throw?
It was a 17.
17 for you. And what did you get, Vera, with your disadvantage?
It was
I think it was also a 17.
17, yes.
Okay. Avarin, you
Yes?
see the darkness outside of this archway. It looks horrendous. Worse than the last couple of times you saw it through the archway. But you shake your head and you persevere, and you do not get hit with fear. You are not afraid to leave this town. Vera, Toddle, it is horrible outside this archway. You are frightened, and you cannot be within 30 feet of this archway. You
Is
don't
it the
wanna
status
leave.
effect? Is it the status effect frightened?
It is. You are frightened as a status effect.
Vera.
Before
will
you do anything,
use-
you must get 30 feet away from the opening. Avaran, you look back and you see your friends running 15 feet away from the archway.
15 or 30.
15. You are currently 15 feet away from the archway. They are running another 15 feet to get 30 feet away.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Okay.
I know why they're doing that from my own personal experience,
Mhm.
because I've been afraid of it before. And I look at the archway, I look back at them, and I know that it's going to take a little bit of force to get someone who's afraid of this archway through it. And so I walk back and pick Toddle up and then step behind Vera and push him as I like walk towards the archway. Which, yeah.
Okay, well, as you start making your way to your friends who ran away, Vera, you are 30 feet away from the archway now, and you're breathing heavily. You're sweating. You don't even want to look at it. You know that you
Vera-
are afraid.
Vera will close their eyes and use stillness of mind, clearing them of frightened.
All right, mark it down. Toddle, you don't want to leave. Not at least not through this archway. It's horrible. You can't leave. You can't leave through this archway. There are 2 other archways, but you can't live through this archway. You can't leave.
So wait, we were running to go through the archway, but once we faced it, we got feared, and it's making a step backward.
Correct. Once you got within 15 feet of it, you saw what was through there and was terrified, and on instinct, without thinking, you ran away from it. And your heart is pounding, you're sweating. You can't leave, at least not through this archway. You know there's 2 other openings to the city, but not this one. You can't. So as Toddle is dealing with that, Avaran, you are free to push Vera.
And as I do, I sense the resistance that Vera would have had to my push eases up because they cast Stillness of Mind and are no longer afraid. And so, because of that, I'm going to pull my hand back, kind of look at Vera for a second, and then use that hand to cover Toddle's mouth as I carry him through the archway.
Toddle, do you? Before I ask you this question, I have to tell you this. You would do anything to not go through that archway. When I say anything, you would kill your friends to not go through this archway. You cannot go through this archway. Avaran grabs you, Toddle, puts his hand over your mouth and tries to force you. I need you both to make... Avaran, I need you to make a athletics check. Toddle, I need you to make either an athletics check or acrobatics check to not get grabbed.
$17.
I have a 19 total.
19 total. Toddle, Avaran successfully grabs you and puts his hand over your mouth and begins to drag you to the archway. What do you do? Actually, everyone roll initiative.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, at least I know
Okay.
from earlier that I roll it with advantage on initiative.
I know.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
I got a 19.
I've got my. Or do you still want me to roll with disadvantage?
I do.
Oh, okay.
What's
I'll
your...
use the same number twice.
All right, so
Hey guys.
starting with Avaran, you got a total of 20, was it?
a natural 20.
A natch. Okay. Going down from there, Toddle, what did you get?
19.
19. Going down from there, Vera, what'd you get?
15.
15.
Highest decks in the party, guys.
Yay.
Look at that. All right, Avaran, you are dragging a fighting Toddle to the archway. What's your movement? What's your movement speed?
30.
30. You are able to drag Toddle 15 feet towards the archway. If that's what you want.
Am I not able to
if that's
pick
what
him
you,
up?
You're not. No, Tuttle is fighting you. Now, before I say that, you can either use your action to move them, or you can stay in place with them still grappled and do something else. What do you choose?
Move them.
All right. You move them 15 feet forward. You still have a bonus action if you wish to use it.
I don't honestly know what I would use my bonus action for, to be honest. So I will end my turn.
Next up, Toddle. You have just been dragged 15 feet closer to the exit. What do you do? It is your turn.
Be really nice to have a sleeping potion right about now, so I can just pass out.
You don't want to go through the door.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Just like knock me out.
Tuttle, right?
I'll worry about that.
Tuttle, right now, Avaran is an enemy. Enemy number 1.
And kicking himself because I just realized what I should have done.
What do you do?
Okay. Toddle. Okay. Toddle's gonna grab his dagger and just like go to like hit like drag it right into the skin and see if he can just like free himself that way by hitting at the arm and having one of the arms release so he could wiggle out.
Avaran, roll a athletics check. Toddle, roll either an athletics check or a acrobatics check.
Ooh, fuck, that one.
9.
9 total?
You know,
Yeah.
what's funny is that the nat 1 would still get me to a 9.
But it's a nat 1.
But it's the nat 1.
Toddle, you break free. You still have your movement. You run. What's your movement speed? 25?
Yes.
You run 25 feet away from the archway. You are freed. You use your action to escape. You use your movement to get away from the opening. You still have a bonus if you wish to use it. Your heart is pounding. You're sweating. You see dread through that archway, and it cannot take you.
Yeah, there's nothing I can think of for bonus action.
No problem. No problem at all. So you are currently 40 feet away from the archway. We come now to Vera. What you got?
I am going to cast.
That's a spell?
No,
Interesting.
I don't know that spell.
Interesting.
All right.
Let's talk about it. All right.
I am going to cast Silence in a sphere that's about the maximum I can get. It's a 20-foot sphere. It's going to be in the last 20 feet in the archway.
Okay, so
So we're too far. We're not in it yet.
Correct.
However, once we get to 20 feet to the archway, we will be inside the sphere of silence.
Okay, so just so I understand, it's archway, and then touching the archway starts the 20-foot diameter sphere of silence, and then
Yes.
everything else. All right, understood.
Yeah.
So
So the end zone's going to be easier. We just got to get him there.
Okay. So that's what you do. You are currently 30 feet away from the entrance. You still have a movement and a bonus, I guess, because the casting was the
Let
action.
me double check. Okay.
Another raid. Good lord. Who we?
Yo, double raid.
Uncle
Raiders.
Taco. Uncle Taco. I don't know you, but I love your name. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. We are currently having a giveaway for critical dice. Enter !critical in the chat to be put on the list. We ship to US and Canada, excluding Quebec. But even if you are out of country, we can still get you gift cards for Critical Dice to get your own pair of dice or anything that you would like. Thanks for rating us. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the last minutes of the show. Right now, one of the team is frightened of going through a very scary looking archway, and the rest of the team are trying to force him through it, and they are currently in combat. Go ahead, Vera.
I guess Vera is going to attempt. Wait, so Toddle broke free of Avaran, right?
Yes, Tuttle broke free of Avaran, ran away, and is now 40 feet away from the archway.
Vera will run. Actually, Vera's. Can I do that as a bonus action?
You're.
Damn it. I can't. Then Vera's going to attempt to run up to Toddle and grapple.
You already used your action to cast the spell.
Okay. Then as a bonus action, Vera will unarmed strike Toddle in the back.
As a bonus action, you can't do that unless you do it as a regular action.
No, I can use Fury of Blow still.
You.
I'm gonna spend a key point.
I
can just
in order to
Fury of
use Fury of Blow. Are you sure about that?
Yes, because I spend one bonus action, unarmed strike.
Does it? Let me put my.
I just need to spend the key to use the blow.
All right, I'm gonna have to put my eye on that real quick. Give me 1 second. Monk class. Here we go. Key. Antibody. Where are you?
Burning all my fucking key points today.
You haven't even made it outside the town yet.
I know, and I'm already at half. We're taking a short rest as soon as we get them through.
Let's see. Power strikes, unarmed movement, evasion, stillness of mind, unarmored movement, purity, unarmed movement.
It's all my fault. I forgot that I had a spell that could have completely avoided all this.
Nice.
Fury of Blows. Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. You can.
All right, Baldur's Gate has this way better. Fuck this shit. New rules.
I've heard that Larian has improved on Wizard.
Baldur's Gate Monk should be the new standard.
Do you use your bonus or anything?
No, I'm just gonna run up to them.
All right, you run up to Toddle. As all this is happening, Toddle is fighting for his life against people that he thought were his friends. He cannot go through that archway. He cannot go through the archway. These 2 backstabbing friends are trying to force him, this little gnome man, force him through this opening. I wonder how this will end. Find out next time on Nightmares of the Crypt. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for the love. As I get ready to call our winners, I'm going to go through our chat to make sure I have everyone on the list. Players, amazing players, talk to the chat. How we feeling?
Feeling kind of silly because I could have very easily used a spell that I forgot that I had gotten my spell slots back from the long rest. I could have easily.
What do you have? Hold person?
I do have hold person.
Yeah. That would have helped because hold person, and then you can just drag them into silence. They can't cast any spells in silence, and we're done.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We just need to get them into this cone of silence. We're all good.
Or I could have just cast it instead of actually trying to hold the person.
I love it. I love it. Because, I mean, the thing is, like, when everything starts popping off at, real time, you forget. People, like, in real time, people forget that they have certain things. And it's just like, it's fight or fly. And I love this. I love it. Ah!
Yeah, like, I forget that Wizards isn't as cool as Larian Studios.
Well, because, for all the things that they get right about the D&D rules, there are just some things that don't easily translate to a video game, so Larian had to get creative with how they tweak things here and there, and
it's more like Larian also understands how to make things fun.
well, that too. Yeah.
That's cool though.
And for the viewers, tell us, I know some of you like literally came like 2 minutes ago, but tell us what stuck out to you. Is there anything that the team did that kind of stays in your mind from the start of the game to now? And for my players, what kind of stood out for you this game?
I always love whenever Mackenzie gets to like really flex her inventor muscles, and sometimes she uses a little invention that Toddle makes. I love that. So like the butterfly, basically a flying stink bomb.
I could find, it's the best way I can find to be able to use that magic tinkering ability, because it is so hard to find something. Like, anyone who's played Artificer knows that it's like, it's supposed to kind of be like a cell phone, is like kind of what I feel like they're trying to put it. And it's like, but there's no cell phones in D&D, I guess, like, unless it's you create it to some degree, but like, it's the only way I've been able to find any way to use that magic tinkering ability that artificers get, and it just fits even better because Toddle is a rock gnome, so it's like, even though he does have it, he is like on the potion side, and he does a lot of his experimenting in potions rather than like anything else, he still very much has the ability to create things. So being able to have like a toy that he was practicing on like this, it gives college artwork, or like high school or college like little boy trying to like find a way to impress the girls by like having a scent that that he read in a book that he had read something about pheromones attracting people, so he put it in one of his little toys and released it and found out everyone thought it was just...
Here's my Elon Musk.
Well, I'm just glad
basically was like,
because
no,
that was what I was going for. My backup plan was seriously to look for like the nearest haystack or thatched roof and use firebolt and be like, everyone look at fire, go put that out as we go the other.
I mean, I have minor illusion too, so I could have just made a fire.
Well, you know what? That wouldn't have done a lot of good after I already set the thing on fire.
I love this. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this D10. Right now on the list we have 9. I'm just about to roll it. So if I roll a 1, it's Mackenzie. 2, it's me, but I'm going to re-roll if it's me. 3, it's Baptized in Pus. 4 is Snyder. 5 is Defiant Thorax. 6 is Storytime by Tig. 7 is Woden Emery's. 8 is Uncle Taco. 9 is Zomer Vlinder. I think I said that right. Let's see what else. All right, so good luck to you all. Bada bing, bada boom. 7. 7 Woden Emery's. Congratulations,
Hey.
you are the winner of our critical
Be
dice.
nice.
What you are going to do is, Mackenzie, could you please do the command in the chat? The winner thing. Thank you. You're going to, if you're not already in there, you're going to join our Discord, and you're going to contact me. I am GW in the Discord. You'll know me by the crown. Contact me, and so I can personally get your information in a safe space to where I should send your dice, or maybe if you're out of country, I will send you a gift card for Critical Dice. Congratulations. Also, the Discord is for everyone. If you liked what you see, if you had a good time, if you feel like feeling our energy, hop in the Discord, chat us up, we'll talk. Welcome to all the new viewers. Thank you for the raids. And I am going to raid someone else right now. Take it away, guys, as I look quickly for someone to raid.
No.
I was gonna
What's
say.
the hashtag gonna be?
Oh, we have to come up with the. Yep. I'll leave it to you guys. I don't know. I'm brain dead. But
I mean, none of my friends are streaming right now, so I don't got any good tips.
Oh no.
I know where we're going. You guys can decide on the message.
Sleeping in full plate, because we all do that all the time.
sleep in full plate.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, go ahead and write that message out in chat so everyone can copy it, so we can paste it into the next place we go to.
Oh wait, no, actually, I think I like Agent Fox is better.
That's me. Butterfly stink bomb.
Butterfly sleep bomb.
Because I mean, they'll just wonder what the fuck that means.
Wait, no. Full plate butterfly stink bomb dreams.
Like you
That's a
type
lot.
that out. That's a lot.
I have a good one. I have it.
All right, guys. So how this generally
I got it.
works is we'll just drop it in the chat. Everyone will copy it, and then we'll just spam randomness as soon as they jump on in.
Give me a second.
For the newcomers, for everyone who's done this forever, you can just do that thing you always do. I believe in you.
All right, so we are going to be rating our friends over at -2 Charisma, and let me look at what Chris wrote.
Are they copying
Copy.
my charisma score? What's going on?
Copy. And all right, guys, when we enter into the new chat, be sure to drop. Just make a wall of butterfly stink bombs. A wall of it. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.